commemorating 200 years of Indian origin Tamils in Sri Lanka. இன்று இந்த இனிய காலை பொழுதிலே இந்திய வம்சாவளியினர் இலங்கையில் 200 ஆண்டுகள் நிறைவு செய்ததை கொண்டாடும் வகையிலே வரலாற்றில் முதன்முறையாக ஒரு சிறப்பு நினைவு அஞ்சல் தலையினை வெளியிடும் விழாவிற்கு வந்திருக்கும் உங்கள் அனைவரையும் வணங்கி இந்த இனிய விழாவினை தொடங்குகிறோம். முதலில் தமிழ் தாய் வாழ்த்து. அனைவரும் எழுந்து நின்று
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமெனத் திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிர்ச்சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே பல்லுயிரும் பல உலகும் படைத்தளித்து துடைக்கினுமோ எல்லையறு பரம்பொருள் முன் இருந்தபடி இருப்பது போ கன்னடமும் களி தெலுங்கும் கவின் மலையாளமும் துளுவும் உன் உதரத்தே உதித்தே ஒன்று பலவாகிடினும் ஆரியம் போல் உலக வழ கழிந்தொழிந்து சிதையாவும் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
With a prayer to Mother Tamil, we move on to acknowledge and felicitate our distinguished guests with shawls and bouquets. நம்முடைய தேசிய தலைவர் அவர்களை சிறப்பிக்கும் தருணம் இது. நம்முடைய மாநில தலைவர் திரு அண்ணாமலை அவர்களை நம் தேசிய தலைவர் திரு நட்டாஜி அவர்களுக்கு மலர் கொத்து வழங்கி பொன்னாடை அணிவித்து சிறப்பிக்குமாறு அன்புடன் வேண்டுகிறோம். Felicitating our Adhyakshi, அடுத்ததாக இலங்கையின் கிழக்கு மாகாண ஆளுநர் மேதகு திரு செந்தில் தொண்டமான் அவர்களுக்கு சிறப்பு செய்யப்படுகிறது. நமது பாஜக மாநில தலைவர் திரு அண்ணாமலை அவர்கள் மேதகு ஆளுநர் அவர்களுக்கு சிறப்பு செய்கிறார். பொன்னாடை அணிவித்து மலர் கொத்து வழங்கி அவருக்கு ஒரு நினைவு பரிசும் தஞ்சாவூர் வரைமுறைப்படி ஒரு இலக்குமியின் படம். அடுத்ததாக வரவேற்புரை. ஐ வெல்கம் தமிழ்நாடு ஸ்டேட் பிரசிடென்ட் ஸ்ரீ அண்ணாமலைஜி. அடுத்ததாக வரவேற்புரை நல்க வரும்படி நமது மாநில தலைவர் திரு அண்ணாமலை அவர்களை அன்புடன் விழா மேடைக்கு அழைக்கிறோம்.
அன்பார்ந்த பெரியோர்களே, தாய்மார்களே, இந்த அற்புதமான விழாவுக்கு வந்திருக்கக்கூடிய சகோதர சகோதரிகளே, ரெஸ்பெக்டட் லேடிஸ் அண்ட் ஜென்டில்மென், brothers and sisters who have come for this wonderful, historic and momentous day. in BJP party's head office. I welcome you all. We say our vanakkam to you all. Our Honorable National President Shri JP Nadda அவர்கள் இங்கு நம்மோடு இருக்கின்றார்கள். After Sir has taken over as the world's largest democratic political party's president, one important thing Sir has done and Sir is ushering is making our Bharatiya Janata party as a global party. As we speak now, more than 70 countries' ambassadors have visited our head office. They have interacted with our national president, Thiru Nadda ji. And many political representatives have come, of different countries have come to our BJP headquarters to meet and greet our national president, Thiru JP Nadda ji. It only shows our party under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. It is reaching to all the parts of the world, and many political parties and leaders across the world, they are trying to understand what BJP is, what our ideology is, what does he stand for. The miraculous economic transformation that is happening in India, everybody wants to understand how BJP is doing it. And today is one such historic day where our National President Thiru JP Nadda avargal is presiding over a function that is very unique to us. For the very first time it is happening to Tamil Nadu BJP unit. And Sir is releasing, along with the Ceylon Workers Congress CWC's president and the Honorable Governor of Eastern Province Sri Lanka, Thiru Sendil Tondaman avargal, Sir is releasing a commemorative stamp that is celebrating 200 years of Indians in Sri Lanka, specifically Tamils in Sri Lanka. And this is truly a historic day for all of us, and we are truly elated and happy that all of you are able to find time to come to this occasion. I also take this opportunity to welcome our Minister of State, the previous Tamil Nadu Bharatiya Janata Party President, Annan Murugan avargal, who has kindly consented to come and join with our National President to be a part of this occasion. I take this opportunity to welcome the overseas BJP in charge and a guiding light to us, a person who was very instrumental in making sure this function happens, that too in the BJP headquarters, and that too with the presence of our Honorable National President Thiru Nadda avargal, Vijay Chotawala ji avargal. I welcome him to this function. I take this opportunity to welcome our Assembly floor leader and Tirunelveli MLA Anna Nainar Nagendran avargal, who has come here. I welcome him. I take this opportunity to welcome two giants of Tamil Nadu BJP who have given their blood and who have toiled hard to build our party at different points of time. Former State President and former Union Minister Annan Thiru Pon Radhakrishnan avargal has come. I take this opportunity to welcome Sir. And our very senior leader and former National Secretary and who is guiding us, Annan H. Raja avargal has come. I take this opportunity to welcome H. Raja Annan avargal. I take this opportunity to welcome all the delegates of CWC. Some are eminent parliamentarians, some are former very important leaders in their own provinces. They have always stood for Tamils in Sri Lanka, and some of the great leaders from CWC have come. They are sitting in the front row. I request all of them to kindly stand up so that we can give you a proper greeting to all of you who come here. I take this opportunity to welcome Sri Nateshananna, very senior Tamil in Sri Lanka, who has agreed to come as a special guest today. I take this opportunity to welcome him. I take this opportunity to welcome DG Post. Madam has come here to give the stamp to Honorable National President. I welcome Madam. I welcome the Acting Sri Lankan High Commissioner. Madam has come here. I welcome Madam also to this function. I welcome all the senior functionaries of BJP Tamil Nadu, our vice presidents who are sitting in the front row, our secretaries, our general secretaries, all our in charges, the overseas Tamil in charge, the Tamil development cell in charge, the district presidents, all leaders have come. I take this opportunity. I also take this opportunity to welcome the Tamils residing in Delhi, part of the Tamil Sangam, part of the Delhi BJP Tamil Nadu cell. I take this opportunity to welcome you. I take this opportunity to welcome our eminent media friends who have come here. I would like to take this occasion to brief our Adhyakshji, who is well versed with the history of Tamil Nadu, the history of Tamils in Sri Lanka. because Sir understands what is happening inside also. But still, I'll take this opportunity to brief Sir and to many guests who have come here. Sir, the history of Tamils in Sri Lanka is a very unique history that no other community in the world has faced. The kind of challenges the Tamils in Sri Lanka have faced. 1823, which is 200 years before, the first set of Tamils, they left our soil. They left all our impoverished areas, areas which did not have water, where agriculture was failing. When Britishers were here, in the promise of a glorious future in Sri Lanka, many Tamils, they started leaving Tamil Nadu to different parts of the world to work in plantations. And many of them were taken to Sri Lanka by the Britishers. That point of time, the governor, Sir Edward Bonds, he started recruiting South Indian workers to Ceylon plantations. And there was a pioneering planter in Ceylon called George Bird. He was the first planter who was instrumental in taking Tamils there. The first set of Tamils, they left the Tamil Nadu shore, Dhanushkodi, and from there a 30-kilometer trip overseas to Mannar, which is the point in Sri Lanka, sir. First, when they arrived, they had no clue where they are going. They went as a group from each village, 30 people, 50 people from each village. When they visited Sri Lanka, they were assembled in a place called Mathule, Muthumariyamman temple. The Britishers were very clear. They didn't want one village people to go to one estate. So randomly people were divided. One person from village A, one person from village B, one person from village C. They were thrown all around the central province of Sri Lanka, places like Kandy, places like Nurelia, places like Badule, places like Mathule. They all went to different parts of Sri Lanka. Day one, they lost their kinship. They lost their village friendship. Many of them got separated from their families also, sir. The challenge for them that was facing in Sri Lanka was very unique. Bisons, tigers, cheetahs. These were inhabiting most of the plantation areas. They went there with their bare hands. They started creating what is Sri Lanka now. They started creating tea plantation. They started creating jute plantation. They started creating bamboo plantations there. Lot of struggle. They were not treated equally. Many were treated unfairly. For the work they did in Sri Lankan plantations, people are given coffee seeds as salary. And there were occasions where they had to barter the coffee seeds to buy provisions for their food. They faced 100 years of worst struggles. At that point of time, some of the great leaders fought for them, including Kotandrama Nadeshan Iyer, a Tamil who went to Sri Lanka in 1920. He is called as the Bharatiya of Sri Lanka, like Subramania Bharatiya of Sri Lanka. He started writing about their history, their stories, so that the whole world will know, sir. After that, when Sri Lanka got independence, the first set of people from whom citizenship was taken were the Sri Lankan Tamils. Day one, when the act came, the Ceylon Citizenship Act of 1948, close to 8 lakh Tamils in Sri Lanka, they lost their citizenship because the new rule came that their fathers should be a Sri Lankan citizen so that they can be a Sri Lankan citizen. Continuous challenges after challenges. The Tamils in Sri Lanka, they started the first Satyagraha in 1952, fighting for their rights. At this moment of occasion, sir, we recall eminent people like Saumyamurthy Tondaman, who is the founder of the political party CWC. The current president is sitting right next to you, sir. Saumyamurthy Tondaman was called as the Gandhi of Sri Lanka, who started the Satyagraha struggle in Sri Lanka to fight for their citizenship rights. Great people like Abdul Aziz, G.K. Mota, Perisundaram, Rasalingam, C.R. Mota, Kottampalli Govindan Sellappa Nair, Vaidyalingam Palanisamy Pillai, they all fought for their rights, sir. Slowly, steadily, the Sastri Simavo Pact got signed, by which our country agreed to take 5 lakh Sri Lankan Tamils back to our country. So they were brought to places like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, and many of them were given citizenship rights in our country. And all of them are settled in high mountains there. For example, in Tamil Nadu, they are settled in Ooty, Gudalur. There is a government company called Tanti, which gives employment to them, sir. Completely ignored for 200 years. Our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, the very first Indian political leader after independence, to visit their place in 2017. He visited the Indian origin Tamils. He visited Nurelia in 2017. Our Prime Minister told them that day in 2017 on a cold day, cold winter morning, that the country of India, Bharat, people of Tamil Nadu will stand with them, sir. our Honorable Prime Minister promised to build them 4,000 houses where they will live, Pakka houses, which our Honorable Prime Minister delivered. Then our Prime Minister again promised 10,000 more additional houses. The work is on, which will be delivered to them soon, sir. And continuously our Honorable Prime Minister is having a great regard and emphasis for Indian origin Tamils settled in the central province, sir. With this context and historical background, today we are commemorating the 200 years of entry into Sri Lanka. So 2023, so 200 years, and many leaders sitting in the front row, all their grandparents, they went as coolie workers in plantations, sir. And they went from different parts of Tamil Nadu. People sitting here are third generation, fourth generation, fifth generation. Many of them are parliamentarians. They are fighting for the rights there. And right now in the present Sri Lankan government, CWC is a part of their coalition arrangement where the president's party has got one cabinet minister representation. The president of the party is right now a governor in a Sri Lankan province. With this background, we are truly delighted and elated that we are commemorating the struggles, the story, the sorrow, the happiness, every single thing the Tamils in Sri Lanka had to go through over the last 200 years. It's a fitting occasion. The stamp release function is happening in the BJP party headquarters where our president is very clear, Naddaji. The party has to reach out everywhere. And our Honorable National President has personally sent me to Sri Lanka 3 times in the last 1.5 years. And our delegations have visited you. Muruganji came at a point of time. Chakravarti and our senior vice president came at a point of time. Recently, when you celebrated 200 years of Tamils in Sri Lanka, the Prime Minister of our country, Narendra Modi ji, has sent Madam Nirmala Sitharaman Madam to Sri Lanka to participate in the official program. With this, I take this opportunity to thank our Honorable National President Nadda ji for honoring, for remembering, for appreciating the valor, the sacrifice of all the Tamils in Sri Lanka. It's a very blessed day for us, sir. We thank you so much. We know you are very, very busy man. Still you found time, you gave us this day so that we can all bring everybody. People have traveled very far, they have come here, sir. I thank you so much for this. And Vijay Chautala ji for being the man behind the whole program and organizing it, sir. With this, I welcome you all again. வணக்கம், நீங்க வந்ததுக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். அற்புதமான நாள். எங்களுக்கு மிகுந்த சந்தோஷம் உங்களை அழைத்து இந்த ஸ்டாம்ப் இங்க வெளியிடுவதில் பாரதிய ஜனதா பார்ட்டி பெருமை கொள்கிறது. நன்றி, வணக்கம். பாரத் மாதா கி ஜெய்.
மாநில தலைவர் அவர்களுக்கு நன்றி. 2 முக்கியமான வரலாற்று பெருமை மிக்க நிகழ்வு இங்கு நடைபெற்றுக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. முதல்ல தலைவர் அவர்கள் தன் உரையில் குறிப்பிட்டது போல 200 ஆண்டுகளை நிறைவு செய்த இந்திய வம்சாவளி தமிழர் அவர்களை பெருமைப்படுத்தும் வகையிலே இந்திய அரசு ஒரு அஞ்சல் தலை, சிறப்பு அஞ்சல் தலை வெளியிடுவது இதுவே முதல் முறையாக உலகின் எந்த நாடுகளிலும் நடக்காது. தலைவர் குறிப்பிட்டாங்க. அதைவிட இன்னொரு வரலாற்று முக்கியத்துவம் என்னன்னா, இதுவரைக்கும் தமிழக பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சியோட ஒரு நிகழ்ச்சி இது மாதிரி டெல்லியில் இருக்க தலைமை அலுவலகத்தில் நடந்ததில்லை. அந்த சிறப்பும் நமக்கு திரு நட்டாஜி அவர்கள், தேசிய தலைவர் அவர்கள் தந்திருக்கிறார்கள். With this, to provide profound insights into the history and contributions of Indian origin Tamils in Sri Lanka, we are honored to have His Excellency Shri Sendil Thondamanji, Honorable Governor, Eastern Province, Sri Lanka, to share his perspectives. I welcome Shri Sendil Thondamanji for his special address. சிறப்புரைக்காக மேதகு ஆளுநர் திரு செந்தில் தொண்டமான் அவர்களை இங்கே உரையாற்ற அழைக்கிறோம். அடுத்தது போட்டு
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Good morning to you all. First of all, I would like to thank Shri JP Nadda ji, Honorable National President of Bharatiya Janata Party, Shri Annamalai ji, State President of Bharatiya Janata Party, Tamil Nadu, Shri Vijay ji, Foreign Affairs in charge, Bharatiya Janata Party, Shri H. Raja ji, Senior Leader, Tamil Nadu, Bharatiya Janata Party, Shri Pon Radhakrishnan ji, former Union Minister, Government of India, Shri L. Murugan ji, Union Minister of State of Animal Husbandry, Fisheries, Dairy and Information and Broadcasting, Shri Nainar Nagendran ji, Member of Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly, Shri Chakravarti ji, Vice President of Bharatiya Janata Party, Tamil Nadu, and delegates of BJP, Sri Lankan High Commissioner, Mr. Nadesan, and delegates of the Ceylon Workers' Congress. It's a great pleasure and honor for us to be present at this event. I would specially like to thank Prime Minister Honorable Narendra Modi for his neighborhood policies in recognizing the Indian origin throughout the world. The Prime Minister Honorable Narendra Modi has always been to his words whatever the commitment he has given to the overseas Indians. It's a proud moment for me and my delegation to be at this office, because this office has done wonders not only to India but also throughout the world to all the Indians. Especially at the economic crisis, the support extended by the Honorable Prime Minister along with his subordinates have gone a long way to Sri Lanka to support us. It has gone beyond diplomatic relations. He has extended his support. I don't think any other part of the world would have got that kind of support. So at this moment, it's my duty to thank the Honorable Prime Minister and his cabinet. Same way, I would also like to thank Nadda ji, because when he was the health minister, he has allocated us a hospital at Glencairn, which is one of the biggest hospitals in the plantation community. So this is the second event on his leadership. We are participating, still release of the stamp. So his relationship with the plantation Indian origin community in Sri Lanka has gone a very long way. He has extended his service not only in Sri Lanka through his health ministry when he was the health minister, but also recognizing us in India at his leadership at the party office. And I would also like to extend an invitation to Nadda ji. Once the Ayodhya Ramar temple is opened, the story ends in Sri Lanka. It starts in Ayodhya and ends in Sri Lanka. So we like to extend an invitation on behalf of the people of Sri Lanka and the plantation community, where the story ends in the plantation community. So it starts here and ends in the plantation community. So we expect his presence in Sri Lanka on his free time at the earliest. Same way, I would also like to have a special thanks through Annamalai ji. Without him, this event wouldn't have happened. So his view on the Sri Lankan Tamils, on the plantation community, has always given a very big recognition for us. Like his visit to Sri Lanka has always been fruitful. The first visit when he made, Sri Lanka was in a very bad economic crisis, and through him we were able to channel more funds for Sri Lanka. So he made sure that to speak to the relevant ministries, authorities and the government of India and speed in the economic support for fuel, medicine and different various things whatever we need. So I would like to thank him for that. And the same way, on his next visit, he made sure there is a connectivity starting between Jaffna and Chennai and Nagapattinam and KKS port. So he started the second connectivity. So every visit he comes, he gets us something. So now during his third visit, we got a stamp release being organized here. So we are expecting his visit again very soon. Every time his visit, there is something he does for the support given to the Sri Lankan people. So on behalf of the Ceylon Workers Congress and the people of Sri Lanka, we would like to appreciate the support given to him by him to us at the all-time hardship. Then also I would like to thank Sri Murugan ji, who was the minister who visited the Jaffna. I think one of the first ministers in the recent time who visited Jaffna. In spite of his tight schedule, he initiated the Jaffna Cultural Center, which is an icon of Sri Lanka. It was donated by the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and it is one of the largest cultural center in Sri Lanka. which was inaugurated by Shri Muruganji, and also repeatedly is much concerned about both side fishermen, and he always repeatedly keeps addressing the issue in a mutual way where both country benefits, and is quite sure that on his vision and in the future days we will definitely come to a solution on this fishermen issue under his leadership in the fisheries ministry. Same way, I would also like to thank Shri Pon Radhakrishnan ji. When he was the Minister of Ports and Shipping, he has contributed a lot of support extended from him to the people of Sri Lanka. And I would like to remember that at this moment, as well as I would like to thank H. Rajaji, who has always been raising voices for Sri Lankan Tamils in India at this moment, and Sri Naina Nagendranji also, along with Sri Chakravarti. I actually wanted to talk a lot about the plantation community, but Annamalai ji has spoken everything, so I don't have much to talk. I'll just finish it in a quick note. The Sri Lankan Indian origin Tamil community is the third largest ethnic group in the country in Sri Lanka. We are the third largest ethnic group. When we were sent from India, we were assured that we will be taken to London for work, but as a transit, we will stop at Sri Lanka. But the transit never continued till today. We were all being left out there. So when we were left out there, we said, all right, let's start developing Sri Lanka. Though we were very in a close proximities, but the third, fourth generation there had a totally different lifestyle. It went off. But we still follow the proper, the Indian origin cultural activities we still preserve. After 200 years of settlement in Sri Lanka, we still preserve for that. So the community there was assured with lot of commitments and taken from here. We almost 2-3 times displaced, like Honorable Annamalai said. We were first taken to Mannar, then from there to Matala Muthumariyamman temple. From there we were diverted to different, those days it was forest, to different forest lands. And then after that, when the British left, we were given independence, and we thought we were also citizens in Sri Lanka. We were happily about the independence. But after a year time, our struggle started, our citizenship was cancelled, and we became stateless people for 30 years. Our late leader Saumyamurthy Tondaman, who led the parliament, the plantation community MPs, over a night we all became stateless, and his continuous struggle for the past 15 to 20 years started getting us citizenship step by step. Though we have received citizenship, we are still on the fight of equalizing ourselves with the rest of the advanced community in the country. And at this moment, I would also like to convey the message of His Excellency President Ranil Wickramasinghe's wishes to the delegations present here, to Shri JP Nadda ji and Shri Annamalai ji and Shri Murugan ji, and to all the delegates present here. Our President was much keen and happy when he was aware that there is stamp going to be released here, and we are sure that, confident that we will all work together for the development and upliftment of the IoT throughout the world. So once again, I thank you for this invitation extended to us, and I also like to say the recognition Honorable JP Nadda ji is giving us. We were a community which lost identification, recognition and a name board. So now we are so happy that, not only a name board, we are getting an identification which recognized throughout the world. So once again I thank, and I also thank, I have a lot of friends here, from doctor to a lot of friends present here. So I also thank to everyone for being here, and once again thank you all. Thank you.
என்ன ஒரு மகிழ்ச்சியான ஒரு நெகிழ்ச்சியான ஒரு தருணம் இது. இந்திய இலங்கை உறவுகளுக்கு மத்தியிலே சத்தமில்லாமல் நடைபெற்ற சாதனைகளுக்கு முத்தாய்ப்பாக முத்திரை பதிக்கும் விதமாக இந்த நினைவு சிறப்பு அஞ்சல் தலை வெளியிடப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. நம்முடைய உறவுகள் எல்லாம் உலர்ந்து விடாமல் மீண்டும் ஈரப்படுத்தப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. இந்த மகிழ்ச்சியான இந்த தருணத்தில் மாண்புமிகு பாரத பிரதமர் நரேந்திர மோடி அவர்கள் இலங்கைக்கு செய்த நன்மைகளை எல்லாம் பட்டியலிட்ட மேதகு ஆளுநர் அவர்களுக்கு நன்றி தெரிவித்து நினைவு பரிசு இலங்கை தரப்பிலிருந்து அன்பை தெரிவிக்கும் விதமாக நமது தேசிய தலைவர் அவர்களுக்கு வழங்கப்படுகிறது. இந்திய இலங்கை உறவின் நான் சொன்னேன் அல்லவா, அந்த உறவுகள் உலர்ந்து விடாமல் ஈரப்பட்டு கொண்டிருக்கும் இந்த மகிழ்ச்சியான தருணத்திலே மலர் கொத்தும் நினைவு பரிசும் இலங்கை அரசின் தரப்பிலிருந்து நமது தேசிய தலைவருக்கு வழங்கப்படுகிறது. Our national president is being honored by the government of Sri Lanka. அடுத்ததாக ஒரு முக்கியமான தருணம் என்ன நடந்திருக்குன்னு ஒரு எட்டாத உயரத்தை நம் பாரத பிரதமர் தொட்டிருக்கார். அதை ஒரு 8 நிமிஷ படமாக குறும்படமாக எடுக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. நம்ம எல்லாம் எந்த 200 ஆண்டுகளை நினைவு கூர்கிறோம் என்பதற்கான ஒரு சின்ன குறும்படம். An 8-minute audio visual will be played now about the Indian origin Tamils in Sri Lanka. Please wait for the video. I request to dim the lights. तेरा बत्ती को तेरा तेज है, ये इसका थोड़ा डिम कर दीजिएगा वीडियो चलाने के लिए.
plantation authorities, they are having very high salary and also luxury life. with very luxury vehicles and everything. But those things depending on the work of the workers. These laborers, they are getting very, very poor salary in this plantation sector. Still they are living in the line houses. One queue, many houses, they have only one room. Sometimes they did not have a washing room, washing area. Sometimes 2-3 families living in this small house. Like animals. This is very bad. As a result of this, there are, if any disease comes, they are spreading everywhere.
Today, we remember your forefathers, those men and women of strong will and courage who undertook the journey of their life from India to the Ceylon. Their journey may have been uphill and the struggles hard, but they never gave up.
Well, what you're seeing is the official opening of the declared district-based hospital. As we have stressed that this hospital has been built with the magnanimous gesture by the government of India.
Friends, my Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, most fondly recollects his visit in 2017 to your beautiful region in the upcountry, commending phase 3 of the Indian Housing Project, India's flagship development project. PM Modi announced additional 10,000 houses for the plantation workers over and above the 4,000 houses under construction phase 3. I am happy to share that phase 3 is nearing completion with 3,700 houses already handed over to the beneficiaries. I am glad also that we are laying the foundation stone for the construction of the first lot of 10,000 houses under phase 4 of the project today and as part of the NAM 200.
ஒரு அழகான வீட்டு திட்டத்தை தந்த இந்தியா கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு எனது நன்றியும் வணக்கத்தையும் தெரிவிச்சுக்கிறேன். நாங்கள் முதல்ல லைத்தில் தான் இருந்தோம். லைத்து வாழ்க்கை தான் எங்களுக்கு பழைய வாழ்க்கை. ஒரு 200 வருஷ காலமாக நாங்கள் லைமே தான். எந்த விதமான அடிப்படை வசதியும் இல்லை, எந்த விதமான சுதந்திரமும் இல்லை. இப்போ நாங்கள் இந்த கவர்மெண்ட் கட்டி கொடுத்த இந்தியா கவர்மெண்ட் கட்டி கொடுத்த வீட்டில் நிம்மதியாக இருக்கோம். பிள்ளைகள் ஒரு ரூமில் இருக்காங்க, நாங்கள் ஒரு ரூமில் இருக்கோம். தனியான சமையல் அறை, வீட்டுள்ளுக்கே டாய்லெட் பிடிச்ச சகல விதமான வசதிகளையும் செஞ்சு தந்து எங்களை இவ்வளோ சந்தோஷமாக வச்சுருக்க இந்தியா கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு எங்கள் நன்றி வாழ்த்தும்.
As a close friend and neighbor, India is providing all possible support to Sri Lanka.
மிக அருமையான ஒரு படத்தொகுப்பு. கல்லிலும் முள்ளிலும் குளிரிலும் கடும் பாறைகளிலும் சொல்லிலும் அடங்காத துயரம் அனுபவித்த நம் இந்திய வம்சாவழி தமிழர்கள் உயரமான தேயிலை தயாரிப்பதற்காக துயரமான வாழ்வை அனுபவித்தார்கள். அந்த துன்பம் துயரம் துடைக்க நம்பிக்கையுடன் நமது பாரத பிரதமர் அங்கே வந்தார். ஏமாற்றத்தை கண்ட அவர்களுக்கு மாற்றத்தை உருவாக்கி தந்தார். அங்கே அவர் கட்டியது வீடு மட்டுமல்ல, மக்களின் மனதில் நம்பிக்கையை कटिनार। भारतीय प्रधानमंत्री ने सिर्फ घर नहीं बनाया, बाकी जो इंडियंस के मन में विश्वास को बनाया। He built the confidence in their minds. So we understood from this, and now we move on to our next event, the most important event of the stamp release ceremony, much awaited event. We are all assembled here for that. So I welcome all the dignitaries to come forward to release the stamp for the photographs. I also request Sri VP Durasamy Anna to come to the stage also in the front. அனைவரும் முன்னாடி வர மாதிரி அன்புடன் வேண்டுகிறேன். Sri Lankan Acting High Commissioner Madam Priyanka and Mr. Nadeshan ji, the awardee, and Chakravarti Anna. Chakravarti Anna. Bharatiya Pravasi Divas awardee Shri Nadeshan ji, all come to the stage. I also invite the DG Postal Services, Mrs. Meeta Kumarji, to kindly come on to the stage and hand over the first album of stamps to Shri Nadda ji for the release of stamps. Our National President will be releasing the stamps now. I request all the dignitaries to hold the album in their hands for the photo. தற்போது வெளியிடப்படும் இந்த சிறப்பு நினைவு அஞ்சல் தலை நமது இலங்கை இந்திய உறவின் ஆழத்தையும் அன்பையையும் அறிவிக்கிறது. மாண்புமிகு தேசிய தலைவர் திரு JP நட்டா அவர்கள் வெளியிட மேதகு கிழக்கு பிராந்திய இலங்கையின் ஆளுநர் திரு செந்தில் தொண்டமான் அவர்கள் பெற்றுக்கொள்கிறார்கள். மேடையில் இருக்கும் தலைவர்கள் அனைவரும் அந்த நினைவு சிறப்பு அஞ்சல் தலையின் மாதிரியை கையில் தாங்கி இருக்கிறார்கள். இந்த நினைவு அஞ்சல் தலை நமது இலங்கை இந்திய உறவின் ஆழமான அன்பின் அடையாளமாக வெளியிடப்படுகிறது. I also request our National President to kindly unveil the stamp for the benefit of the audience who have assembled here by pressing a remote button. Remote. A big applause please. அனைவரும் இந்த மகிழ்ச்சியை உங்கள் கரவொலி மூலம் now प्लीज स्विच ऑन द लाइट्स. बत्ती जलाइए, उसका तेजी बढ़ाइए थोड़ा. Our esteemed National President, Shri JP Nadda ji, will now deliver the keynote address reflecting on the significance of the stamp and the historical journey of Indian origin Tamils in Sri Lanka. நமது மதிப்பிற்குரிய தேசிய தலைவர் திரு JP நட்டாஜி அவர்களை இந்த அருமையான விழாவின் சிறப்புரை விழா பேருரை ஆற்ற அன்புடன் அழைக்கிறோம்.
The Governor of Eastern Province, Sri Lanka, and the President of CWC Party, my dear colleague, Excellency Sri Senthil Thondamanji, my State President of Tamil Nadu, and my colleague Sri K. Annamalaiji, former Minister and former President and presently the Minister in the Government of India, Sri L. Muruganji, our very senior leader, Sri Pon Radhakrishnanji, our very senior leader and former President of Tamil Nadu BJP, Sri H. Rajaji, Sri V.P. Durai Swamiji, and my friend Vijay Chauthaiwalaji, who takes care of the international affairs, and the Sri Lankan Acting High Commissioner, Srimati Priyanka Vikram Singhaji, and DG Postal Services, Srimati Smita Kumarji, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, who are all present in this august house, and friends from the media, print media and electronic media. It is indeed a matter of great opportunity for me, and it is also a matter of great happiness that today we are remembering the year 1823 and commemorating with the stamp of the Indian origin of Tamils who had gone to Sri Lanka 200 years back. We have just now seen a short film. The film itself is self-explanatory and self-illustrative. We have seen how 200 years back, people from Trichy, from Tanjavur, from Madurai, from Shivganga, people had migrated to Sri Lanka at that point of time. And we all know that Britishers had their own intentions at that point of time. They had encouraged the Sri Lankans, the Tamilians, to migrate, to go to Sri Lanka, because they had started in the early 19th century, they had started the economic activities there, and they wanted people to work there in the fields. And at that point of time, the Britishers encouraged the Tamilians, our Indian origin Tamils who went there as working in the fields. We have seen how they had to struggle for nearly a century and a half, and the struggle was really painful. When we saw the movie, it made us emotional also. How 200 years back, our people who were illiterate, who did not know what is good for them, who did not understand what is good for their families, but they took a risk and they were enticed by the Britishers at that point of time, and they went to Sri Lanka. They faced many hardships at that point of time, hardships in the sense of human dignity, hardships in terms of health, hardships in terms of livelihood, hardship in terms of living, hardship in terms of the standard of living. All those hardships they had to face. And we all know that our forefathers, all forefathers had to face this only to see a brighter future. They took all those risks. But as you know, that things do not remain static, it is dynamic, things change. The sense of revolution, the sense of evolution came among the Tamil people of the Indian origin. They started asking for their rights. They started asking for the facilities which were there, they needed. We all know that in terms of health, they had to face tuberculosis, they had to face cholera, they had to face smallpox, they had to face chicken pox. All types of diseases were there. And huge, high rate of the mortality was also there. So the labor force at that point of time, the working classes came together and they galvanized themselves and they started talking about their rights. And slowly, everybody, the Indian origin Tamils, were aware about their rights. They wanted to have a better living. And we all know that when 1947, when Sri Lanka also became independent, we were given the citizenship right at that point of time, but the ethnic group, the Indian origin of Tamils, were not given the franchise right. It was in 1964, that through stages we were able to get the right for franchise and as an equal citizens in Sri Lanka. So there has been a long struggle. And today, when we commemorate with a stamp of remembering the first Indian origin Tamil reaching the Sri Lankan soil, it really makes us happy to see that how we have grown, and we also see this history. This is an occasion when we have to look positive, but also remember the history. This is an occasion when we should start with a positive note, but at the same time, we should remember how our forefathers had to face the pain, how they had to struggle, how they had to see the hardships, how they had to fight for their livelihood, because that is the foundation which has given us the strength to stand up today as a proud Indian origin Tamil there in Sri Lanka. I would also like to share with you, which Nirmala Sitharamanji in the short film has very rightly said, that when Prime Minister Modi came as the Prime Minister in 2014, at that point of time, we started a positive note. And when I talk about positive note, it was not complaining. It was not asking something, what did somebody do or what did somebody not do. But it came with a positive note when Prime Minister Modi said, look here, now India will be there for all-out help for the Indian origin Tamils there in Tamil Nadu. He's the first Prime Minister, correct me if I'm wrong, to visit Jaffna. He's the first Prime Minister. In 2017, he made a visit to Jaffna. He went by, if I remember, he went by a train. He also traveled in the train. And he assured that we will give you 4,000 Pakka houses. And today we can say that 4,000 plus 10,000 Pakka houses was assured, and that is being given to the people. And after a long time, the Indian origin Tamils got the opportunity to live with dignity there in Sri Lanka. That we see. I am also happy to share with you that Prime Minister Modi, when I went to Sri Lanka in one of the meetings there, which was a Commonwealth Health Ministers Conference, if I remember, or it was regarding tuberculosis that I went there, tuberculosis issue when I went there to Sri Lanka. Prime Minister Modi asked me at that point of time that I have given which we call it as the the Glencorn Hospital, which is the largest hospital in the province. See how it is coming up, and now I can say that the largest hospital has also come up. And Prime Minister Modi ji believes in continuity. He believes that with continuity we have also to see to it that new developments take place, and we have to strengthen our bilateral relationship with Sri Lanka. So we are working on that with a positive note, continuity of the relationship, making it more meaningful, strengthening the bilateral relationship, and supporting each other for the development. I remember the Sagar 9 mission which took place during COVID times. We can say that at that point of time, India also gave some 12 lakh vaccines for corona at that point of time. Not only that, we as neighbors, it is our responsibility to see that we help each other in time of crisis. And so, keeping that factor in view, the Prime Minister Modi believes that the bilateral relationship with Sri Lanka should be strengthened, and at the same time, the Indian origin Tamils should feel that India is always emotionally and physically with them to support and give them a. Not taking much of your time, today it is again a very historic moment to remember the past 200 years, the ups and downs, the good things and the bad things, and also to remember that we have to learn from the bad things and do the good things. So we have to start with a positive note, and of course, with we all together, we will certainly see to it that the relationship with Sri Lanka is more deepened, more strengthened, and at the same time, our Tamilian friends who are there residing will be having a more share in the development of Sri Lanka. Thank you very much for giving me.
மிக்க நன்றி தேசிய தலைவர் அவர்களுக்கு. நம்ம மூதாதையர்கள் பட்ட துன்பத்தை எல்லாம் இந்த படக்காட்சியில பார்த்தோம். அது மிக குறைவுதான் என்று அந்த